Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks to all of you for your service to our country and for your testimonies today. This is a subject, like so many others that we cover on this committee, that's of exceptional importance to our country, to our national security. As we approach this issue, which is fraught with a lot of opinions, a lot of facts, a lot of details, I hope that we will maintain our focus on maintaining the readiness and the capability of our men and women in service, and especially on the safety of the men and women who protect us. First of all, General Milley, I wanted to follow up on a question that was asked by Senator Ernst to General Neller. She asked General Neller whether women might be involuntarily transferred into some of these combat positions against their will. Do you want to provide an answer from the Army perspective?
I'm going to have to give you it depends. Right now, we have no requirement because we're filling our needs for the infantry and both officer and enlisted. And currently, we do not involuntarily put anyone in the infantry. But we are meeting our needs. 10 years, 15, 20 years in the future, it depends. So look back at World War II. A lot of people were involuntarily put in the infantry. So. But right now, we do not, and I don't anticipate that situation at any time in the near future.
Okay, thank you. General Neller, the Marine Corps report stated that there were some noticeable differences in performance between all-male squads on the one hand and those that were gender integrated, not just squads but teams and crews as well. In your professional military opinion, could you tell us what were the most notable reasons for these differences, and then also whether these are factors that could easily be remedied through training and improved techniques and processes?
Senator, when we put together the Ground Combat Element Integrated Task Force, there were infantry. And in infantry, you have mortars, you have machine guns, you have rockets, you have TOWs. There were tank crews, artillery crews, amphibian vehicle crews, and light armor vehicle crews. So in each of those, there were some number of differences between the integrated and the all-male crews, squads, or teams. But the two that were most significant, what we would call load-bearing units, or the infantry. March under load with a weighted load over a distance, and then the other was during a movement, fire and movement drill with load. As you get fatigued, the effect on your accuracy when you fired your weapon. So the study showed two things. Under the march under load, that the heavier the load, the more degraded the ability of the integrated squads. And then when you would do movement to contact, the accuracy of the integrated squads and the firing of females due to physiological things that are documented was lower.
And are those things that can be remedied through improved training and techniques?
I think to some degree, but a lot of it's, we learned that, being, and the same applies to anyone of a smaller stature, being big, strong, having a certain body mass gives you an advantage. So one of the things I've heard as I've gone around and talked to female Marines is, hey, I'm out working out, I'm lifting weights, I'm getting bigger, and now I'm outside the height and weight standards. Are you going to change the height and weight standards? And we're looking at that right now. So we know that mean body mass has an effect on your ability to carry a load. As far as the conditioning and your ability to have a higher level of energy and exert yourself, that's what we're going to find out, what we're going to learn. And again, we did this for just 5 months. We don't know, what is this going to do over years and years and years of being in these particular occupational fields. We know anecdotally what the effect is on the male body, and we don't have data yet, and eventually we will, on what the impact is on the female.
My understanding is that one of the findings in the report that was released by the Marine Corps indicated some evidence of higher injury rates among women than men when asked to perform the same tactical tasks. So Can you tell us how this factor, when extrapolated across combat units in the Marine Corps, can you tell us how that might impact your overall military readiness and capability, and how you could deal with that?
We know from data that we have now for certain points of training that female Marines suffer a higher incidence of injury, normally lower body injury, than men. So part of the review, not just for body size and height and weight, is also conditioning. So the one way we believe we can do this is through better preparation, better conditioning, to mitigate that. So that's something we don't know what we don't know, and that'll be one of the things that we're going to have to continue to study and monitor as we go through this.
Thank you.